I remember when I was working for another guy, I'm just driving home right now, and I was the head ganger, so I was the foreman of this gang, and there was 3 guys in this gang, and I was doing all the driving, I was doing all the running around, I was controlling the jobs, I was killing myself for this guy, and this guy was just at home doing nothing, and he was just directing orders at me, and I was running the gang. And I was always saying to myself, I just want to get away from this guy and do my own thing. But you see, he was paying me a certain amount of money, and within that certain amount of money I could just pay my rent, I could just afford to pay my rent every week, my bills, pay back my loans, and just have enough for food and survival. So I didn't have enough money to start my own gig, to be able to get out my own. That was my dream, just to get out and work for myself, to crack my own whip and dictate my own time. And I remember I was listening to a talk by this business philosopher. His name is Jim Rohn, and he said in this talk, and this is what changed me forever, and this revolutionized my thinking. He said, if you don't have a plan mapped out for your life, you'll find yourself in someone else's plan. And there and then the penny dropped. I said, right, I have no plan, and number 2, I'm in his plan. I've got to get out of his plan, and I've got to start a new plan. And I designed a plan, and with that plan came a designed life. So I designed my life, and off I went, and I never ever looked back. Today is Small Gardens Day, and when I go into small gardens I bring the small little mulching mower. My dad used to use this, so, and as you can see here now, the beds, I just cleared out the beds. There's all bulbs coming up, the daffodils there now, so looking forward to them. And this is just a small general tidy up. I fitted this line, this washing line, and cleared off the paths. Going to put down the treatment now. Just see my hammer there for the line. I had to drive the line into the ground over there, so look, looks nice there now. So it's a Small Gardens Day. I'll be doing another one now straight after this, all through the house, all under control. Now, what do I mean by the Small Gardens Day? It means the small lawnmower, the small rake, okay, this small rake, small bags, because everything is going through the house, and it means small profit. So I just put a few of these into the day. Today is Small Gardens Day, and what do I mean by small gardens? Today is the day I put all the small gardens together to get a day's wages. So with small gardens, you usually know they consist of having no side entrance to the house, which means all the machinery, all the waste goes through the house. But usually when it's a small garden, it means there's going to be a small amount of waste, and I usually bring then, well, I always bring my small mower in through the house, because it's nice and light, it's agile, and it won't mark the walls. And I bring in the smaller tools then, because again, marking walls, marking floors, you know, that's a big deal for people, especially, you know, if you leave a mark on the wall. Liability is a lot higher on Small Garden Day, so you have to be fresh of mind, and you need to be, you know, fresh in body as well, because when you're tired, you start making mistakes, you start taking chances, and I don't believe that that's a good idea, to be going into the Small Garden Day feeling tired. But the benefits of Small Garden Day are, I'm on my second small garden now, and it's nearly lunchtime. I'm going into my third, I've 2 done. Is that now I'm resting in my van, I'm able to sit down, it's cold outside, and I'm able to get another bit of heat back into my body, and if it's a bit wet, you're able to dry off. So that's the bonus of it. But look, when you're doing the small gardens and you're going through people's homes, when you're visiting the property, you kind of need to vet the people that you're going to be visiting, that they're not very particular. Now what I want to talk about here now as well is having public liability insurance, having tradesman insurance is very important, and I carry it with me in my wallet, and I produce it to the client when I am quoting the work, to show that I'm covered, and that if there's any damage done to the property, i.e. broken window, i.e. damaged car, i.e. cat that got hit by a stone, alright, off a strimmer, it's all under control. It's all covered. It's all covered control, alright? So that's it, you know. So look, small garden day, it's a fun day, you're out and about. But what I usually do now as well, and I flick the camera, traffic, I try to put the furthest away first, and I'll work my way back closer to my home. So where I'm living now, the last job is about a 5-minute drive, hence meaning when there's rush hour, I will be in that garden working. So it's all about being tactical on small gardens day. Whereas if you're doing a bigger job, the money could be the same. So you could be doing a hedging job or a tree topping job or something like that. No, you could be obviously you'll be making more money, and you're on site for the day, which means you just drive your van in, you know, you turn off your van, you empty out your tools, and you get going, which means there's no wear and tear on your van, no cost of diesel or whatever. But look, it's nice to have that bit of variety as well. Variety is the spice of life, as they say. So guys, I hope everyone's enjoying the videos. You know, leave your comments below in the description about small gardens. Are you still taking them on? You know, there's a market for it. And look, it's something I could do as well now when I go into retirement mode, is that I'll be doing a lot more. Probably that's what I'll end up doing in the end, is just a few small gardens that'll just keep me ticking over and keep the body ticking over and the mind ticking over. So that's very important as well. So guys, if you leave your comments below in the description, subscribe if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, I love that, and enjoy the video. Welcome to Small Gardens Day again, and I've just came through the house there. I have the mat rolled up, the rug, because there's nothing worse than leaving a boot print on a lovely rug. It can put a very sour taste on your client's day. So just as you can see here now, a lot of overgrown peonies there, and just a couple of geraniums need cutting back. The lawn is in terrible shape. There's a pat that needs to be fixed up. There's no briar growing up out of the front underneath the shed, I reckon. I'll get him out. Yeah, I just took out the wheelie bins there, put them out for the client because the garden is so wet and they were heavy. That's very important as well. I just cut them back as well because they're overhanging. Yeah, so just a general tidy up here, guys. All under control. Over and out. bag of waste left. Mulcher mulched all the grass. Now, to all the armchair critics and to all the keyboard warriors, be careful anyway first, because I will block you and delete your comment. Mr. Tidy takes no crap. But anyway, I mulched the grass, number one, because it's the lightest mower I've in my van, or in my shed, my lockup. So the ground here now today is very soft. So it's after leaving, no, it's not after digging up the garden. If I brought the way bang in, the way bang would be too big and awkward. It wouldn't even get through that door. Number two, it's good and light, so it leaves no damage. And number three, it mulches up the grass. And it pours the nitrogen out of the grass back into the lawn. And it feeds the lawn for the winter, because nobody will be walking on the lawn. So there are the reasons I am using a mulching mower. And it's extremely light and careful to bring through a property. So there you go. All under control.